All right. Good morning. All right. So, we got a new rundown. New little setup here. A new way to draw a tool. A new tool drawing setup. Now, every day I'm going to look for the same thing. Ignore the flop and pop, or the pop and flop. Look for consolidation after the open on the tick chart. And then I want the move through the pre-market high, move through the pre-market pivot, the pre-market high, and then selling. That is what I want. Are we making the same marks each day? On a stock, that's on the leading gapper. So earlier in the week, I was taking the pop, like right out the gate. And then I got caught with some sort of lag or a mixture between lag and market. Maybe market makers move in the book, but that day I clicked at 3 and then I had no fill. It was just sitting up on the, it was just sitting on the screen. It was going up. I was like, I didn't get filled. And then I was looking down at my orders. I was like, there's not even an order there. I was like, what the heck? It's like, okay, well, no worries. And then I bought again, but then that order rejected. I'm like, what the heck? What is going on? And I mean, that was all within a couple seconds, right? That was my thought process. Like, what the heck is going on? And then I saw the order pop up, and I looked up and I saw it there, and then it immediately filled at 308 because it was a market order. Right? So for some reason I feel like because it was within the first like 2 seconds of like the market open, that maybe that the market somehow wasn't actually open, so that my order was placed pre-market and then it gets filled once the market does open, and then there was already the pop at the morning and then I got filled and then it dropped. I'm thinking that's what happened and why I got filled so high. So I'm just gonna avoid that area because I mean there's a lot of volume coming into the market at that time anyway. There's a lot of some nasty drops. So I wait till that shakeout happens and then look for the break of the pre-market pivot and pre-market high. Well, and then the risk taken from there, marking the open of the marking the open of the actual market, that first candle, and then if it breaks that, selling, right? That's the risk required for the trade, if that is the risk required for the trade. And then the second one was an assumption trade off of a dip off 83, something like this. It was falling to a line that I saw in my head. I could see the line, bought off 83, and then it continued to flush, which is, I mean, it was a risky trade. So I can't really do those assumption trades until I have some sort of deeper understanding. I mean, there's levels where you can think that you understand more than you do, and then you just have to be aware. But because skill takes even though you have potentially knowledge takes a good amount of time to be transferred into a skill, which is the hard part. So you have to go through a lot of trial and error, even if you have a mentor. So it's quick to get to where the mentor is, but also be able to find your own. Copying it as close as you can to someone that is already doing something. You can't be exactly that same person because you can't mimic their exact personality. But getting as close to it as possible. I know I'm quick, so I can keep improving and getting closer and closer to my mentor. Just about the time required. Turning it into a skill. So that was the 2 bad losses this week. So not like a huge deal. It was like I'm here for myself. Like I just shouldn't have been taking those trades. Shouldn't have. The first one was not my fault, which is totally fine. Sometimes there is some weird inconsistencies with the fills, and you just have to take that with a grain of salt. Just like, all right, well, that was not cool, but I'm still here. Live to trade another day. Don't let that fuel you to where you have to attack. And then the second one was a dip trade that wasn't. It was out of my risk parameters, right? I was ready for the dip, but I should have waited until the green candle. But then that's too late, pretty much. It's all intuition based on that stuff, and my intuition is strong, but I'm not a super profitable day trader, right? So, is it that strong? So those are the things that have to be questioned, and not judged, but just questioned. It's like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking that type of stuff because X, Y, and Z, The goal now, still to wait for the open. Avoid the pop and flop. Take, if there's stability after that second bounce, that'll give me a buy with the stop being the market open. And then, if it wants to go through the pre-market pivot, pre-market high, sweet, I'm in it. And I'm training myself to hold a little longer, just a little while longer. I mean, I'm selling in seconds, which is good for quick scalp trades. Like, I'm trained for that, but I just need to slow things down. For the next while. I'm only like 6 days into this one and done or something like that. Had a couple big losers. It's time for some big winners. strategically big winners. You know, so this is an entry, potentially. Wow. Well, I'd say that really worked. Kind of gave that little fake out right here, like it was gonna drop and then rip back up. Does it hold this level over the highs? Dip off 87. I mean, that's, I'm not gonna take that stuff, but mentally, if I see it curl back up, I can think about it. I can sniff it. Stop is below 85. Stopped. So dip off 71. Probably 87. I'm gonna wait. I would wait to the second bounce. If it goes, it goes. I'm gonna keep waiting. I want to have like the same sort of entry. It's going early. Short sellers getting squeezed. Beautiful 1 minute candle there. Dip off of 77 worked pretty well. Waiting for that first green candle. I would have been selling into 85 because it typically likes to retest that. 97. Quick scalp through 6 potentially, but I mean that's the risky stuff. Now the dip off 86. The retest of this level. Death. Okay, so the same thing. Pop, second test, see what happens. Not trading it after a flush. I want 2 bounces. But now it looks really nasty on the 1 minute because it did not hold the highs. Broke back above pretty nicely. Okay, so bounce 1. wants to. Green candle is the buy. Let's see if this works. No green candle. No buy. No buy. It's completely rolling over, not touching it. Not touching it. Alright, I did my job. Right at the open. I marked the open. I marked the pop of the high of the pop. First red candle. That's it. You know, and then I have to wait and see what it tells me. The first minute will tell me everything I need to know about the day if I pay attention. The first minute of the open will tell me everything I need to know about the day if I pay attention. If I'm aware of what I'm doing and I mark this stuff out. There was a trade pre-market, but I'm not trading pre-market right now, right? I want the break, the pre-market pivot, and pre-market high. It broke the pre-market high before the market opened and reversed nastily. Now, does this do something wild? I don't know, man. This market's crazy. Like, to me, this is off the radar even. This is not even in the realms of touch. Like, this is like the worst possible outcome that can be seen at the open. I mean, that's just nasty. It's still going down. This is my leading gapper. The top leading gapper was halted pre-market, which was scary. Which, pending news. So that can happen anytime. I found out today. I didn't know that. Like, I knew that shelf registrations and stuff could go potentially pre-market, but at any time the stock could be halted for pending news. And pending news is it's going to be frozen there for until whenever the market decides to open it. So this has been frozen since pre-market, since 8/21. My mentor barely dodged this. I wouldn't be trading it because the price is too high, but it can happen on any stock. Something that's up, this was up 300% on no news, which I need to pay attention to that. Surge and breakthrough VWAP. It's like I don't even... Like, how could I trust that, right? Can't. I can't trust it. Yep, missed it. So 40 was the entry there. Went to a high of 45. A little early. One more candle of pullback would have been better. It could still continue now. Could still continue. But I missed entry, so I want in this case there was no drop. But this move break through 47. One more minute, 30 seconds. Oh, how lame, man. I got filled at 53 instead of 50. How lame. But it's not something that I wanted to hold for very long going into the... Could have held it. Gonna need one more candle. Doesn't get over the highs. I mean, one and done, 15 bucks. I mean, Market open. Taps it, doesn't break it. Surge to the VWAP. 20 to 24. Breakthrough VWAP up to 32. Mark the first push. 1. 2. This is the move I want. So every day, mark the market open, mark the high of the first push, ignore the first bounce, mark the second bounce, first green candle is my entry, target is pre-market pivot, and then pre-market high. But in this case, the pre-market high was really far away on this so in that case, I'll mark. Where did that line go? It's all situational. Holding the pivot. Second bounce is the entry. Target through the highs. With this to me is the highs. This is a massive extension. It is a high. This is what I'm looking for. The trade I ended up taking was this 1 minute flag that broke over the high of 50. I clicked at 50, got filled at 53 with the offset, and it went to a high of 55. I thought that was a 5-cent winner, but it was a 1-cent winner. And then it continued through 63. For whatever reason, again, it won't show my trades. Flush, bounce, ignore the first one, didn't get a second one. But if it holds over the pivot point, that could be an entry. So it's all situational. I get a bounce, hold of the pivot point above, bounce, ignore, bounce, buy after a flush. This is price action within candles that are lining up within a setup. A 1 minute flag. Yeah, you can get off at 41. Where is that? Right here. 41. I'm trying to pinpoint the lows. This will be worked on over and over and over again. I'm gonna, each chart I look at, I'm gonna go over it each day. The end of the day. And I do the same thing each day by marking the pre-market pivot, marking the pre-market high, connecting the pre-market pivot to the pre-market high with the trend line, and then marking the open, and then marking the high of the first push, ignoring the bounce, the first bounce, seeing where the second high goes, ignoring the first, seeing where the second high goes. This can actually be marked. There's price consolidation in there. But what I'm looking for is this, a break back through the opening range, top, target is break through pre-market, is a break through the pre-market highs. This almost got it. This was a good bounce. Right at the open. Buy area, sell area, push and squeeze area, consolidation area above. Let's see if it'll make a new high. Consolidates back in this. First bounce. First bounce. Top. Ignore. Actual first bounce. Top. Second bounce is the entry. Flush. Pop. 1. Pop. 2. Green. In. That's my it's gonna be my thing. I've been seeing that pretty consistently, and then I want to break down each line, break down each area real quick. Alright, that sections that off. Big, like ABCD almost. Just it's a consolidation area. First 5-minute candle will make a new high in 2 minutes. Alright. Some simple errors this week, but it paid for the development of learning my daily routine. Right? 5-minute candle went early. It's seeming to be a pattern today on this stock. 1-minute candles go early. Nobody wants to wait, which I never want to wait either. So I mean, I get it. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Through the highs. Come on. Go through the highs for everybody that got in long. I would be selling right there, baby. push through the highs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Holy cow, yeah, man. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Kinda. Inverted. Extension. Consolidation. 5-minute candle, make a new high over the high of 47. 47 was the entry, so it went to a high of 72. Tap the fib line that I draw. Not like that means anything. It's just there. Just it's not some magical indicator that's gonna save me. Gotta love it. You gotta have some fun with it, you know? Next 1-minute candle, make a new high after the first 5-minute breakout. Would it go early? I would say yes, because that's a pretty consistent thing with the stock. The high is 73 on this. The entry is 73. It is currently at 69. But I won't go until it goes, right? Does it give an actual pullback? Only needs 20 more seconds. And the high is 70. The entry is 70. Order would be at 73. Clicking the buy button at 71. No number, no entry. No number, no entry. No reason to get in early. No number, no entry. No number, no entry. Number, entry, number, entry. That's what I gotta see. The number I want, the number I enter. It's that quick, that programming. Mental programming, mental programming. Day in, day out. Alright, 67. Struggling in that area. What does it look like on the tick chart? Consolidation. There was the entry because I was drawn on the thingy, but 73 is the entry. 71 was the entry. Went to a high of 73. So far, 85.90. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Over 890, adding 95. Taking some profit out at 95. And then over 95 would be an add. potential dip off 83. And then the add over 95. 93. Come on, just do it. Just do it for me. I've been patient. I'm not in it, but alright, flashback down to 88. Okay, does it stair step here? Double bottom off 73, entry or 83. That was a dip buy. Selling in the 90s, ready to add over 80, 95, 94. Can't quite do it. Selling. Can't quite do it yet. Another stair step, 90. Holding 90. Got the C now. Didn't hold over the midpoint. Ascending support off 87. First green candle. But I think it's gonna fail here. Weirdly. Just have some sort of, okay. Midpoint needs to hold. 92. Entry is over 95. But I take 1, ignore this one, 2 is the entry, ignore 3 and ignore 4 after the flush. Why? Because I said so. That's just the deeper part of me. Entry is 95 still though. So I avoid these because I worry about a flush. A dip off of 81 potentially as this level breaks if it held support down there. So this is this level. Whoo! There was no chance for me even to get in. It popped straight to 201. There was no chance. No chance. Now near 82. It's sweet, but you don't like to see it go through the 2 and then slam back down. This is a 1 minute candle. Make a new high. What did it do? It went in early. Oh. What did it do after that? Died. So 81. Fake out. I want another fake out and then the surge back through 210. Pay the shorts at 81. Catch them for a flush. So double bottom at 84 right now. Okay, 79. Entering. Stop is the low. This is an assumption trade in a sense. Stopped out. And that's okay, it stopped out literally break even. 80, stopped out 74. Didn't work. So ignore the first bounce, actual bounce. One high. Now it's on the, typically this is like the backside, so I need a 5 minute. So this price action might not be very consistent. So this is the power here soon. You need to just keep sticking with one and done, calling this stuff out, doing the recap, we're watching the videos, increasing the skill, day in, day out, going hard. 2 days in a row the move hasn't worked, but I haven't been able to take this move, the move that I'm actually looking for. Okay, so actual bounce, 1. What does this do here? Is it stair step lower or stair steps lower? Okay, well, I think this thing is, or does it finally catch him? Just hang on. Nope. No entries for me in this type of channel. This is called You're Dead. I call this one You're Dead. Ka-chow. Alright, well, that's the movie, or the day, the scene, another day in the scene, another day in my life of a bunch of knowledge coming together into a skill. That's a really high stress skill. I'm very proud of myself with this early on. I was quick. This was technically the pre-market pivot, but can't draw the pre-market pivot until it's closer to the open, because it might not even make a pivot, right? It made it high. Was there money to be made in here? Yes, but it's not what I'm directly looking for currently. That is pre-market. There's setups in there. There's flags. There's flat tops. There's ABCD patterns. There's 5-minute patterns. There's 1-minute flag patterns within the 5-minute patterns. There's all sorts of things pre-market, but I'm looking for pre-market pivot, pre-market high, breakout. So early on, draw the line for the open, draw the first low, which is basically the open, the first high marked after the first red candle, bounce 1 after the flush, and I looked for bounce 2. Never got it. Never took a trade. And I'm starving. That took a lot of brain power. But that's to form the start of, well, this, basically. Market open, market high, find the first drop, second drop. Once green candle goes green, well, technically, so high, each stock is going to be a little different. It's up to me to determine, right? Didn't break the lows, had the surge. So I would have actually not gotten it on this one if I chose to wait for that. Yeah, so technically this is number 1, but then it blew through the highs. top, low, top, test, green. Not all of them are gonna do exactly that, but it's kind of the idea. This is the entry really for the break of VWAP. So this one was a tricky one to get. And it's not going to be picture perfect, but I'm aiming for that. I'm aiming to get better. Entry over this. It respected it. Really. Weird. Anyway. Goal in the morning is to make it not sound so complicated. The goal in the morning is to find an entry for the break of the pre-market pivot and an extension through the pre-market highs, avoiding the pre-market or the market open flop and drop. You know, big push up, big drop, and then see if what it wants to do to hold the market open. One test, couldn't get back above, failed. It's going to be dead for the day. It's going to retest the market open, which it does, and dead. I mean, it's all she wrote. This is a nice 5-minute consolidation, bounce off the VWAP. Everyone knows that I don't like VWAP bounces, but it is a thing that can be done. And as I get more skill, I will probably be taking VWAP bounces as the skill level climbs, because they work. So 50 seconds until the next 1 minute to see if the bounce works. I am hungry today. Hungry. VWAP bounce is working. Now I look for the first 5-minute candle, make a new high, which first 5-minute candle just open, or new 5-minute candle just open, and the high is 68. And if I was in it from the dip, it would be 10 cents right now, basically. Holding above that point for the continuation. 67, 68. Let's go. Let's go. $63. Come on. Let's go. There's 66. 67. I would be in this from the 50s. I took the VWAP bounce. Dip off 65 is another stair step off the ascending support. Draw that. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Some ascending support action. Stop is 64 for me. For 10 cents a profit. 68, still in it. New candle, make a new high. Hit 69. 5-minute candle, make a new high. By 1 penny. Come on now. 3 minutes, still left. 70. It's got to hold over this now. There's 73. This is the fib line magically coming into play. Don't even get out of here, magic fib line. It doesn't mean anything, I swear to God. It's just weirdly here. Come on, 75, there it is. Alright. Does it reverse at 75? Gotta get over it, because that's a resistance point. There, alright, 78. Should be clear for takeoff. Should be clear for takeoff. For the move back up towards the highs, nearing 2. Should be clear for takeoff. A break back below that magic fib line. I would have to exit 73. It's not the line that's doing it, but the low. The break of the trend. 55 to 70, 20 cents. That would have been a great trade. Off that dip. With a 5-minute candle to make a new high. Waiting for a 1-minute setup. But this line will probably be retested. Bing, bing, bing. Alright. Go over trades and emotional self-understanding. So, how do I feel today? I feel good that I'm learning rapid now. Everything's piecing together. I'm moving on into the second portion of the classes, chapter 9 through 18. Gonna get the notes on, start that today. I'm liking my recap sessions a lot still. I'm enjoying them. I had a rough week this week, but again, the 2 losses were, first one wasn't my fault, so I have to radically accept that. The second one, I took a dip trade that ideally was not very safe, so I radically have to accept that as well. I got a daily routine now where I show up, I find the stock that I'm wanting to trade, which is deeper work within the strategy, and then I take that stock and then I wait till closer till 9, closer to the open. I draw the pre-market pivot, I draw the pre-market high, I connect those points, I draw the open of the pre-market, oh my goodness, I can't talk. I draw the open of the market, wait for the first pop and drop, get those lines out, see where the consolidation forms there, and then look for an entry off of nearing the lows, off testing the support of the market open potentially, and then an entry for the break of the pre-market pivot and pre-market high, and then selling through the highs. If I can hold through that, I will be insanely grateful. And if I take a trade later on that I ended up only getting one cent or 2 cents, I would be grateful for that as well. The bigger losses this week were from more or less mistakes where I couldn't be as tight. Getting stuff where it's a 5-minute setup was really nice. This 5-minute setup was really nice. It did go early, but it's still a setup that worked. Could have false broke there, but it didn't. It continued through. So if you took the entry, you got rewarded. Nice 1-minute early entry through the highs. 5-minute flag pattern, first 5-minute candle make new high and continuation. Also very nice. Move up towards the highs. This line's going to be tested at some point, but it's really far away. Held over the half point that I like, and then the continuation through, which is great. So I'm building up my emotional awareness to the point where let's say losses are more or less the fuel to success. That makes sense. This is gonna go through the highs, man. Yeah, there it is. It tested it. Let's see what happens. What happens there? What happens? 99 to 210. Boom. Holy cow. That's what I like to see, man. That was an amazing 5-minute setup. Now it should hold above that level. It's not holding above the magic fib line now. It's just holding at 210. This happens to be at 210. It's just it's kind of ironic that this thing is just coming into play today. Again, that's not something that's here, just topped out. Maybe I'm convincing myself it's nothing, and then maybe I discovered something that's magic. Do you think I discovered something that's magic? I don't know. Blue's Clues. Let me get my handy dandy notebook out and write that indicator down. Because that one's the one. Alright, well, I gotta get out of here because I'm having just too much fun. Kinda wanna wait and see what happens here. The beauty of one and done, you know, is to let loose. Like if I and really to observe and not have the overwhelming anxiety of I have to catch these moves. And then not feeling the FOMO. So like building that up will allow me to catch what moves I see instead of being all crazy. Anyway, this fib line deleted the stock today. 100%. I just like the way it looks, man. Just sections off each little area for me to diagnose and break down into what each candle looks like so that I know what is forming as I see it on the tick chart compared to the 5 and 1 minute chart, with drawing the daily lines and then having the first 1 minute tell me everything I need to know really about the stock, and if it continues, getting into momentum trading. Pre-market pivot, pre-market high, and then the opening range can pretty much tell me everything I need to know about the stock, and then marking the new highs where it pivots out, and there's order blocks potentially in there. I'm hungry. I gotta go. Alright. Like, I'm really, really hungry today. I don't know. My stomach's like, wow. But how about I stick around for the 1 minute candle, make a new high over 90. But after that 5 minute setup, it looks pretty nasty. 91 is the entry. 91, 92. 91, 92, gotta go with my dude. I say, hey, stack it up and go play. Another bit of education today. Right? A lot of people want to rush to the profit. I wanted to rush to the profit right at the start too. 92 in. Right? And false breakout, maybe. Out. I might get faked out. I'm out of it. There's a false breakout. I see it's important to not hold that crap. Now there's a double bottom. Oh, come on. Put the wrong tool out. One, midpoint. Two, continuation. My guy, I have leveled up like 100,000 times in 1 week. One strong week. One stressful week. Okay? Let's bounce one. Consolidation. There's hold the halfway point now. If bounce one holds the halfway point, that's to pay attention. 85. See if I get faked out again. Yep. Back out at 84 for 1 penny loss. Halfway point does not hold. Second bounce. Does it hold? So I ignore 1. That's why I ignore 1, that is. Unless the halfway point holds. Okay, in again. 82. If this fails here, it won't go. Or it might go at 4 or 5. Test at it. This halfway point needs to hold. Just gotta get over 85. 85, 86, 87. Let's go, baby. There's 87. Should almost be clear for takeoff. High over 86, so I would have been in off 82. 85 needs to hold. Might end up having to stop out break even if it doesn't hold. I'm not actually in it, I'm just thinking about it. I'm sniffing it. Sniffing out my ideas. Forward testing my ideas with my mind. My mind is my simulator. There it goes. 90, 91 should be clear for nearing 2. Taking profit now. Took it a little early because, well, I don't think it's going to go through 2. Weirdly, I have this feeling. And if it does, then I'll add if it holds 2. But so there it goes. 92. So bounce 1. Ignore the pop. This is the full bounce 1, the test. Wait till it goes green. No green yet. Okay, so there's a green. So bounce 1 is complete. Test 2. Wait till it goes green, and that's the entry. Let's see if it works. It's test number 2. Doesn't hold. No green. It's going to continue to go down. So I try it again. Flush. Bounce 1. Ignore that. Okay, here's this level did hold. Where would I get in? A high over 90 in 10 seconds. High over 90 for the first 1 minute candle, make new high. I'm breaking down a strategy that I had once, that I've been trained on, that I needed to find my own niches within that strategy and how it works. So this is my my niche, I guess, right? Speed and timing is gonna be my best friend. 1, 2. Where's the second bounce? Yeah, wait till it goes up. Okay. 88. Another pullback. A 490. Okay, here's the pullback. The tap. Once this goes green, I'm in. 88. If this candle goes green, that is. No green, no entry. Right? Now try it again. That is my thing. I get the point. I get the point of what I'm doing. So this is a break of the new low. Probably see near 79, 80. Okay, went there. Bounce. First bounce I ignore. This is... I am literally breaking it down for myself here. This is epic. Double top here at 90. Before a 1 minute breakout. Didn't get the new high. Okay, it's going on an hour. I hope everyone has a great day and a great weekend. I'll see everyone on Monday. Peace.